Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Julia. I'm a Cambridge certified English teacher, teacher trainer, and an edupreneur. In these sessions, I share with you the tips and tricks on how to become better educators and how to run your own business in education. Are you ready? Let's get started. In some of my previous videos, I was sharing with you the cancel culture, and I was sharing with you what is currently happening. And in order to avoid that trap, I think that it would be smart for both educators and learners to follow some particular steps. Easy steps to follow, though helpful and time-saving. If you want to make the right choice, or probably you are currently following someone on YouTube or any other social media that you would like to check whether this influencer in particular is beneficial for you, I'm happy to share some tips and hopefully they will help you. First, I would like to refer to educators, and I drafted some of those tips that help me personally when I work with different educators and when I give them some suggestions on how to establish rapport with their learners and which sources to share with them, how to make sure that they are reliable. I usually share with them three things that may be helpful. First of all, it's important to investigate the situation. Ask your learners which educators they are currently following and how often do they watch that content. In this case, you demonstrate your interest, you establish better rapport with your learners, and at the same time, learners can see that you are in and they will not think that you are not following something what is trendy. The next step would be to take some notes and not be judgmental. Don't try to criticize some of their choices immediately. Instead, collect all the ideas. I suggest listening carefully to who they are currently following, so that you understand what is the baseline. Evaluate where they are right now and who they are following, and then it will be easier for you to understand what to pay attention to and how to help them. And please make sure that you include this component into your program. The second tip is to help your learners develop their critical thinking. How to do that? Instead of criticizing and showing your opinion about some educator on YouTube, it's better to give an opportunity to your learner to discover what this influencer does and what the credentials are. If you work in a group, you can pick 5 or 6 educators on YouTube and offer their profiles to your learners. 2 of those may be filled in so that you can demonstrate the example, and then they can be asked to fill in the information about the academic credentials, their career path, and their certificates, diplomas, something what proves why actually they can educate online. By offering this activity, not only do you help your learners develop critical thinking, but empower them. I think that empowering learners is one of the key things that a good educator should do. That's why I recommend empowering by introducing some kind of activities like that. If there are more than 8 people in the group, you can divide this group into 2, where they will present their influences. As a final step, you can ask your learners to share their recommendations based on those presentations and make the collective decision who to follow and who not to, and why. The third tip that I would like to share with you is making a checklist on how to choose the right influencer. If you make this checklist, you will help your learners to make the right choice when they watch someone on YouTube, because YouTube generates the videos based on the learners' interests and their views. So YouTube naturally generates something what may be interesting. They can start watching and they don't really check the profile of the YouTube. We are usually quite impatient. We watch the video. If we like the first seconds or so, if we see some value, we continue watching. And then in the best case scenario, we can check the profile and we can go to the website and so on and so forth. So we can check the profile and some credentials of the person we are following. I would suggest preparing your learners in such a way that they understand it before they watch the video. They go to the credentials, they go to the profile of the person, and they check what this person can share and why. What are the academic credentials? What is the background of the person in the field? And why this person shares this information? Because many times it happens that the educator on YouTube can be a really attractive, passionate, engaging person, talking passionately about the subject, and then it may turn out that this person has nothing to do with the subject itself. So in short, please help your learners to make the right choices. And I made some notes for the learners. First of all, fact checking. Please check the facts and go to the profile of the person, Google online, check the profile, check the academic credentials and the background. Experience and background will definitely help. LinkedIn is a good way of checking because usually educators place their information there, or you can go to the website of the person where most likely the person would share some information about academic credentials and some other achievements. So before investing your precious time into watching something, try to investigate first and then make the decision whether to watch it or not. The second tip that I would like to share with you would be not everything what educators share may work with you. On YouTube, there are more and more YouTubers that share their tips and tricks that help them to learn the language. I'd say that it's a strategy that might help one person but not all, so one size doesn't fit all. You need to find the approach, the individual approach that serves you best. We're all different and different approaches work better with us and some approaches work better with other people. Not all strategies are effective, and if some strategy doesn't work with you, it's totally fine. So not all those recommendations that you can hear should definitely work with you, and that's totally fine. I'm for individual approach, and from the very beginning, when only you start investigating the language, if you have an opportunity to have an educator who can develop a personal plan for you, you can benefit from it, because with the least amount of time, you can receive a better result rather than if you go into this journey on your own. First of all, the needs analysis, that's something what a good educator should do with your needs. And when only the educator knows your needs well and knows how to serve you best, then the educational plan for language learning can be of good help. If we follow the Pareto principle in our education, it also may bring you to really good and positive results. With 20% of activities that you do on regular basis, you can receive 80% of meaningful outcomes. And if you know this 20% of strategies and approaches that can help you, then it may lead you faster to the result that you would expect. So in short, not all the strategies and approaches that influencers share on YouTube work. If you want to implement Pareto principle and use it in your learning experience, I would suggest to ask an educator who can help and draft the program for you, including your individual needs and skills, and help you flourish. Then you can follow this program either together with an educator, in group, or on your own. But following this clear plan will bring you closer to your goal with less time invested. Fact-checking is definitely important. Fact-checking helps you to understand whether you are following the right educator on YouTube. For example, if you are currently learning English, it's worth going and checking it in Cambridge Online Dictionary and looking up some useful words and collocations in Merriam-Webster. So these are the resources that can be really helpful. I wish you good luck in your journey, and I wish you to choose the right influencers. Thank you for watching. See you in my upcoming videos for educators and learners. Bye!